This is why Morocco's biggest arms importer is from the US. Morocco purchases 91% of its arms from the US, more than any other country in North Africa, according to a new report. The Center for International Policy recently released a report on the top arms suppliers to the Middle East and North Africa from 2015 to 2020 as part of its Arms and Security Program. The American nonprofit Research Center based its findings on data from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute or SIPRI. SIPRI considers major conventional weapons systems such as combat aircraft, ships, tanks, armored vehicles, bombs, and missiles. The data does not include small arms such as firearms. The U.S. is the top arms importer to 13 MENA countries, supplying nearly half, 48%, of the region's arms from 2015 to 2020. Russia follows with 17%, then France 11%, the UK 5%, and Germany 5%. China, meanwhile, accounts for less than 3%, although it supplies a significant portion of the region's armed drones. Morocco's arms purchases. Morocco leads the MENA region in terms of the percentage of arms acquired from the U.S. The U.S. supplies 91% of Morocco's arms. The remainder comes from France 9% and the UK 0.3%. In 2019, Morocco significantly increased its arms purchases. The development aligns with its 5-year plan, established in 2017, to attain regional military supremacy. The country aims to modernize its army, air force, and navy. Morocco's arms purchases from the U.S. this year include 25 F-16 aircraft and associated equipment worth $3.8 billion, along with upgrades to Morocco's existing fleet of F-16 fighter jets for $985 million. The U.S. State Department also approved the sale of 36 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters and related equipment to Morocco for an estimated $4.25 billion. Recently, in 2020, Morocco signed a military contract with the U.S. Army to purchase 25 armored vehicles for $240 million. However, the Committee of Foreign Affairs, Defense, and Borders at Morocco's House of Representatives adopted a draft framework law in June that would allow for the establishment of an arms industry in Morocco. This would reduce Morocco's need to import arms from foreign producers. Although Morocco is beefing up its arsenal and expanding its military budget, a separate SIPRI report ranked Morocco 31st in the world in terms of arms imports. The country accounted for only 0.8% of global arms purchases in 2019. However, Morocco is one of the top 3 arms importers in Africa, after Egypt and Algeria. After the US, Russia is the second largest arms supplier in the MENA region. Russia supplies 67% of Algeria's arms. The North African country acquires most of the remainder from China 13% and Germany 11%. Countries in the MENA region also look to Western Europe for arms. France is a top European supplier, accounting for 35% of Egypt's arms purchases, followed by Qatar 34%, the UAE 11%, Kuwait 10%, and Morocco 9%. The UK supplies the majority of Oman's arms, 45%. Jordan and Tunisia purchase 30% and 42%, respectively, of their arms from the Netherlands. Other European countries selling weapons in the MENA region include Italy, Spain, Norway, and Switzerland. According to the CIP report, China, South Korea, and Brazil also have small shares of the MENA arms market. CIP called for more restraint on arms transfers to the MENA region, proposing recommendations that primarily target the U.S. The report urges the U.S. to end arms sales and military support for the Saudi-UAE coalition in Yemen and encourage other major suppliers to do the same. The report also emphasizes the need to revise the Missile Technology Control Regime (MTCR) to prohibit the sale of large armed drones to all nations but close allies. Major U.S. arms sales to the MENA region should be contingent on congressional approval rather than congressional notification, the report added.